Do you really need another small brush pen? Well, I thought no, but then I kept seeing these Writech Sign Brush Pens everywhere, and I've gotten a lot of questions about them, so I had to review them. I have tried hundreds of brush pens, and I like to recommend small brush pens to beginners because they're a little bit easier to control when you're getting started. Hopefully this video will help you decide if these are a good fit for you or not. First, let's compare with my other small brush pens. So first, of course, is the Writech Sign Brush Pen, and then we've got the Pentel Sign Brush Pen, and then it's the Tombo Foody. So the reason I'm comparing with these two is because these are the two most common long-standing brush pens that I see. There's lots of other small brush pens out there. Here are the Tombo Foody brush pens, and they come in a hard tip and a soft tip. This set that I have. This is a good set for beginners, so you can decide if you like the hard or soft because it really is just a personal preference. Typically, if you are heavy-handed, you may like the hard tip because you have to press harder. If you're light-handed, it might be a little bit harder to press and your hand doesn't like that. If you can only buy one set, I usually recommend Pentel Sign Brush Pens because they are a nice softer tip that holds its shape well, and it comes in 24 colors that I love, and the soft tip is loved by most people. And how do the Writech Sign Brush Pens compare? I was actually pleasantly surprised because it's kind of in the middle of a soft and hard brush tip. It feels soft because you don't have to press too hard on the downstroke, but as you go for the upstroke, it snaps right back into place to get a really thin upstroke like a hard tip would do. So it's working with you. And that is really what we want to see with the brush pen. The brush pen should be working with you. It should be doing most of the work. You just have to guide it. And if it's a really good brush tip, then it's going to do most of the work for you. I had to try my Pentel again to see the difference. Is it really this good? And they are really similar. The Writech is slightly more firm maybe, but it's subtle. It's a really subtle difference. Next, it's time to swatch these brush pens. I got the Vibrant set, which has these 12 colors. They felt like the most bright, similar to rainbow colors, and that's what I usually use, so that's why I chose this set. Writech has two other color sets. They both have 12 colors, so total you could have 36 different colors. I am really happy with these vibrant colors. They're the colors that I use most often. The one problem I have with this set is that it doesn't come with black. I use black a lot, all the time, for everything, and I can't buy just a single black pen. I would have to buy the whole set with the black in it, but I looked at that set and I didn't really need the rest of the colors. I just didn't think I was going to use them that much. So that's just a personal problem that I have. It's not really that big of a deal. And because the brush tip is really good, I am happy with these. I'll just use a different brand of a small black brush pen when I need it. And another thing I wanted to bring up in comparing these, you know how there are some brands that you can tell that they're really just trying to be exactly like that more expensive brand? These ones I didn't feel like that. It really feels like they are trying to become their own pen. Writech has lots of other gel pens, highlighters, and they are beautiful pens. So this is not them trying to be the dupe of some other kind of small brush pen, in my opinion. One thing that is unique about these pens, the plastic is really smooth. It's almost like velvet. Like when I rub my hand over it, it's like this smooth velvet plastic. It's really nice. Here I did some stripes in these hearts to show off the pretty colors a little more. This is a fun way to add color with a small brush pen since it would be hard to fill a large area with such a small brush pen. And also it's a sneaky way to practice upstrokes and downstrokes. So you're practicing while also making a beautiful journal page. One important test I do with new brush pens is to see how well they do for practicing hand lettering. So I pulled out my book, Hand Lettering for Beginners, and I opened it to a small lettering practice worksheet page. I'm using tracing paper here so I can reuse my book over and over. These brush pens did great. They're really smooth. The brush tip works really, really well. I honestly didn't think I was going to find another great small brush pen, but these are awesome. I'll put a link below for my book and the tracing paper and these pens, all the things. So, should you choose these over other small brush pens? And that, I don't know, but let's discuss. If you like a really hard brush tip, you'll want the Tombo. And if you want it to be waterproof, also Tombo. So between the Pentel and the Writech, that's tough. Pentel and Writech are not waterproof. You can do really beautiful blends with them. As you can see here, I'm just using my water brush and on watercolor paper to blend in the colors. So you can use them as watercolor, but you can't use watercolor on top of them. That you would need Tombo if you wanted it to stay. Let's compare them a little bit more as I am making this journal page here. I wanted to show you a way that you could fill a page with just a small brush pen, since that's a little harder to do. Okay, so if you want the softer but still good quality brush tip, Pentel and Writech feel really similar. Since Pentel was my first love, I think it will always have my heart. Pentel is a long-standing company with quality art products, and you can find them in a lot of stores. I think they will continue to be my go-to recommendation. If you want to try even more colors, or you just really enjoy new pens, the Writech is a really great pen to have. The price is always changing, so you could also just buy which one fits your budget at the time. I got the new Pentel colors 3 years ago, and they still feel like they're brand new. The old colors I've had even longer than that, and they're still going strong too. I guess I'll need to wait and see how long the Writech pens last. I can't speak to that since they are new for me. If you've tried them, I'd love to hear what you think about them. How long have they lasted for you? And to fully understand this comparison, you'll also want to watch my Pentel video when I tested out the new colors right here.